No words can describe what we witnessed there today as the New York Yankees absolutely manslaughter the Toronto Blue Jays 20-6. We thought the 18-1 loss was bad. This one was pretty much just as bad. People are going to be like, oh, technically it was 14 runs against differential and you lost by 17 in the last one, so technically that was worse. It doesn't matter. No matter why you look at this series, we keep hearing how this is a big series for the Blue Jays. You didn't start out on a good note. And it all started in the second inning of work. Things looked great early on. Taijuan Walker 3-up, 3-down inning. And we're thinking to ourselves, okay, great start. You know, he had a terrible first inning last time he played New York at Salem Field. He was great in the first inning here today. This is great. This is fantastic. You know, and then in the top half of the second inning, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. crushed the ball to the right center field, and it's gone, giving the Jays the 1-0 lead. We're like, all right. Walker felt good in the first inning, and then Vladdy's got a home run. We got a lead now. This is great. We go to the bottom of the second inning, okay? And I think Taijuan Walker gets the first guy out, then gives up a double to Gio Urshela. Then a fly ball from Clint Frazier. Literally, a fly ball from Clint Frazier. Nothing else. And Derek Fisher. It's the most routine of fly balls you can possibly have. I don't care if you're not with the dimensions or you don't know where the short porch is or whatnot. I don't care. Because that ball was not even close. It was bare. I don't even know if it was on the warning track. And he was camped under it. And as the ball comes down right before it goes to his glove, he looks down. I'm like, you idiot. Look, I mean, it's the simplest of plays. And it clanks off his glove. It would have been 2 out. Gio Urshela probably would have... was he halfway? I think he was halfway. So he would have gone back to second and been got second, 2 out. Would not have been a big issue. But it goes off his glove. Urshela up to third. Frazier's now on at first. Next ball, I think it was hit by Brett Gardner. And it was right at Derek Fisher, kind of in the gap. He could have got to it. He definitely could have. If you watch the replay, it was probably he didn't really stretch that far and was probably just that much away from him. Could have made the play. Misses it. 1 run comes in. And look, people are going to say, well, how are you going to blame all those runs on Derek Fisher? If you've ever played the sport of baseball and you've ever pitched in the sport of baseball, and you have things like that happen, back-to-back batters that should be outs, and ideally you should have been out of the inning with no runs against you. But instead, you've given up a run, and you still only have 1 out, and now you're scared for a ball hitting at that guy. You try and pitch away from that fielder. And that's not what you want your pitcher thinking about. Your pitcher shouldn't have to worry about where the ball's going to go and if your fielder's going to catch it or not. That should not be the case. But when a guy like Derek Fisher, the first week he was a Blue Jay, the ball went off his head. I don't know what's going on with Derek Fisher. He can't feel the ball. And the thing that makes me even more frustrated, we lost Billy McKinney and Anthony Alford just to keep this guy on the team. Yes, Anthony Alford had the injury and whatnot, but I don't care. At least he could catch a damn fly ball. Billy McKinney, he never showed that. He never did that type of issue. But Derek Fisher, because he's maybe got some extra pop in his bat and has a little bit more speed, not than Anthony Alford, but I don't understand it. Because he was out of options? Well, so was Anthony Alford. Why'd you choose Fisher over Alford? And now we're seeing right now what the Blue Jays... If Derek Fisher's in the lineup tomorrow, I swear it's ridiculous. Why Jonathan Davis is not out there is beyond me. It's not like Derek Fisher's bat is hitting like Teoscar Hernandez, where you can't take him out of the lineup. You got to keep him in there. It's replaceable. It's sickening. This team's talking about playoffs. They're 5 games over 500, and Jays fans, listen, I know I talked about it in the last video. I posted that question to you guys about, where would you want this team? What do you want this team to worry about? You worry about Baltimore or these teams? And a lot of you guys said Yankees. And for me, I don't really care. So really, a loss like this today doesn't really matter in that sense. It does if you're looking at the standings and want to pass the Yankees, because now the Jays are now half a game behind the Yankees, and now you got to play Garrett Cole and Masahiro Tanaka with Chase Anderson and Tanner Roark on the mound. Today was the game that you wanted, and you got absolutely destroyed. It's a joke. Now, obviously, you can't blame everything on Derek Fisher, but you can blame that big, where is it there? The second inning, that 7-run inning. You can blame to Derek Fisher. You can blame Taijuan Walker going inning in 2/3 for Derek Fisher, and I will. But the rest of the game, he can't. No matter what, though, it was over, right? It was just over. People are like, well, the Jays came back. Look, if it was a 7-1 ball game like it was after 2 innings, you would have seen better pitchers out there than the guys that you did see. And you probably wouldn't have scored those, 3 runs in the 9th and maybe the 2 in the 4th off of, you would have scored the other 2 in the 4th, but it doesn't matter. Because the rest of the pitching staff was awful. Yamaguchi was downright terrible. An inning and a third, 2 hits. But he gave up 7 runs. He hit 2 guys to walk in runs. He walked 4. That was Yamaguchi of game 1 and 2 of the year we saw today. Anthony Kay wasn't very good. 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, struck out 3, but he walked 2. He was awful. Even Giles went out there and gave up a home run. Now, why he's out there in a 17-run game or whatever it was at the time, I don't know. So he gave up a home run to Luke Voigt, I think it was, and that was it. And Barucki gives up 2 runs. And why not pitch Espinal again? So he gives up a run. I mean, it's just so bad. People will be like, well, there's some silver linings. You saw Vladdy get some hits. When you're down 17-1 or 17-4 or 20-6 or whatever you want to look at it, of course you're going to get pitches to hit. Because people aren't going for strikeouts, not trying to paint corners or anything. Trying to get you to hit the ball and get into an out. If you strike out, whoop-de-doo. So Vladdy went 3 for 5 in the game, had the home run. I'll give him credit for that. It was a very nice home run that he hit off of Garcia. I really liked that home run. The other 2 hits, whatever. Bichette went 2 for 5. That's great. Gurriel went 3 for 4. He had the 2-run shot, so I'll give him that, I guess. But even then, you were down 12-1 at the time. So it was a 2-run trying to make it 12-3. It didn't really matter. Just an abysmal game all around for the Toronto Blue Jays. You kicked the ball around in the field, more or less. Derek Fisher only had the 1 error, and that's what kind of started the onslaught of the game. Can you imagine if Derek Fisher made those plays? First off, you would have got out of that inning with no damage, and you still would have had a 1-0 lead. And Taijuan Walker would not have had everything going on in his head like he did. And I don't blame him for thinking that, because Derek Fisher was downright awful. A lazy fly ball like that, everybody thinks you should have had that. You saw Walker walk off the mound, he's like, what just happened? Clint Frazier running to first, didn't even touch first base, because he's like, oh, it's a lazy fly ball, it's going to be an out. And then he had to run back to first to freaking get on base. It's just a joke, man. If we're trying to go for a playoff spot, it seems like we're going to be in the playoffs, but if you want to try and make even a little bit of noise, Derek Fisher cannot be on your roster. It's just downright simple. A pinch runner? Yeah, maybe. But that's it. Jonathan Davis better be in that damn lineup tomorrow. Because I think he had a hit today. He came on off the bench, and he was 1 for 1, and he also walked once. Why does that guy not deserve to play? Derek Fisher went 0 for 4 in the ball game. He's hitting 226. Jonathan Davis hitting 333 with an on base of 455. Why is he not out there? If we're talking about a big series against the Yankees, why don't you have your main guys out there then? Oh, we want the extra lefty bat. I don't give a damn about the lefty bat. If he can't catch a fly ball, what's the use of him out there? It's brutal, guys. It's brutal. And, like I said, this is the game that you wanted to win. If you're the Blue Jays, this is the game you needed to win. Because tomorrow, yeah, like I said, Tanner Roark for the Blue Jays and Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. If I'm not mistaken, Garrett Cole, people are going to say, oh, I give up a lot of home runs this year. By the way, in his last outing, Garrett Cole, obviously it was a doubleheader, so 7 innings. He went seven innings of 2-hit ball. Didn't allow a run, and struck out 9 and walked 1 batter. He had 3 base runners. Do you think it's going to be easy tomorrow? No. Do you trust Tanner Roark out there against the Yankees? No. The next day, you have Chase Anderson, who was downright abysmal in his last outing, hence the 18-1 loss to the Mets. And you're facing Tanaka, who historically has been great against the Blue Jays, and the numbers, he has struck out 34 guys this year in 37 innings worked. He's walked 5. An ERA of 3.16. A whip of 1.03. Doesn't look good. The Jays should not be proud of this game. I want to see some fight tomorrow. I know you're playing Garrett Cole and you have Roark on the mound, but they got to show us something. I don't know if this was really a rage video. It was more like a depressing video. But I'll put it as a rage anyways because it deserves to be. After seeing what we saw today, it's sick. Derek Fisher should either not be on this team or should not be in the starting lineup today in a big series against the New York Yankees in Game 1 of the set. Shouldn't be happening. All right, so you know what, guys? I'm just going to wrap it up with that, all right? So, you know, if you liked the video and hated the game and agree with my takes on this, smack the like button to appreciate that. Even if you don't agree with the takes, smack it anyways. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on Derek flipping Fisher. I don't know, your thoughts on letting Alford and McKinney walk. What's going on there? I don't know what that was. And keeping Derek Fisher on this team. I want to hear your guys' takes about what's going on with this Blue Jays team. I understand they won 2 straight, and we're talking great things, and then they get absolutely slaughtered, and we're talking different. I understand that, but it's the way they lost it, and the way they gave up that 1-run lead early in the ball game that just tears the part off the ball. You know, I want to hear your guys' takes. Let me know in the comments below. Twitter is down below for myself as well. Follow up, send me a DM to all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Raptors edition at some point, whenever the heck they make another move, because it's bound to happen. And as for the Blue Jays, Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Yankees goes tomorrow night, as we mentioned, 7:05 first pitch in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. Tanner Roark, Garrett Cole. Remind you a lot of Chase Anderson, Jacob deGrom last week. Or was it last week? Earlier this week? No, it was earlier this week. Last week? I don't even know what day it is right now at this point. It was on the weekend, actually. It was Friday night, I think it was. Let me know what you guys think, guys. I want to hear your takes on this game and what your expectations are for tomorrow night's ball game, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you guys then.